Hi, it's me again. It's me again. I've done had a nap, and I'm working on this again. Um, if you've seen the last one, you've seen where I started doing the this brown across here, and then I started doing the blue. That's supposed to look like a little creek, and then some more brown down here. And this I'm doing for the company. Um, easycraftart.com, who sent me these, was kind enough to send me these rolls of raffia rope. This is what I'm using to create this. And when I first started, right in here, I started just kind of going a back across and then a back and then back and then back. And then I found that by leaving the leaving the rope loose, it came a better look. Then, after working it even some more, I found working it without going in straight stitches and just kind of going all the way, or just kind of almost like you would a seed stitch in embroidery, that you're just going all over, but just the more you do, the more you fill in. And look at how this is looking. Now, this is supposed to be nature looking, and so I like how that's looking. I like it a lot. I might even go in with some different, like, I'm going to use this brown for the tree. There's going to be a tree in here. But I might go in with some different pieces of different yarns. I've got a lot of yarn that is not just plain yarn, but it's all kind of fancy yarn. It's just all different. I've had a lot of the yarn donated to me to use, and a lot of it is like lumpy yarn or frilly yarn or like eyelash yarn or these kind of things. And so I might go in with some of those yarns even to give it even a little bit more of a look. But now I got started on the green because I want to make like a hill up here with the green. But now I wanted to show you that I now I'm doing the green by going this way up and down. And so I'm just kind of going um, because then it by going up and down that way and kind of pulling the threads a little taut, but going up and down, then it kind of looks like the grasses in the field. And so, but I don't make just a straight line across changing colors. I've got them blended. See, I get them a little bit blended. So it does look like, it's there's not just a straight line dividing one color from the next. And so I'm thinking that by doing it that way, it's going to be look more like, wild grasses or things growing up through, growing up. Now, see, I come all the way to that edge. Now I'll go up. I'm going to go up. Let's see, what do I do here? I'm going to go up. I want to kind of. It's one of those things where you kind of have to just plan as you go, design as you go. And so now as I'm going back down the hill here, I'm going to again not just keep everything in a straight line. I'm going to like work my way in, like go like here. I'm going to go back into some of the grasses down there and come back out. so there's not a extreme dividing line. It'll be, this is sort of like a weaving, like you're weaving. And then cross over too. You know, like instead of going straight back down there, then cross over. And see, I just crossed that over, and it looks more like, you know, it's just blends better. And so it's gonna take well, it's gonna take a lot of the cording, but you know, it's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be pretty. I'm gonna keep on going and keep on going. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to put this video onto a pause while I do some more. I'm going with a double thread too. I'm doing a double strand, just so I get a more of a concentrated bunch of stuff. Okay, I want to clear stuff up too. If you watched, I don't know, 2 videos, I think this is the 3rd video I'm making today, but the first one, when I made one I made a video this morning. It's got my Ziploc bags in there, and I was talking about comparing brand to off-brand, and I mentioned even in there about the Coach bags and the Gucci bags and stuff, you know, that, you know, you buy what you can afford. And what I wanted to clear up was, I don't want people to think that I think it's okay if somebody makes a Coach bag and calls it a Coach and it's not a Coach. If they try to put Coach tags on it and Coach wrapper and put a tag on it that says Coach or something like that, no, that's not good. That's not good at all. So I just wanted y'all to know that I was comparing apples to apples, and I was using Ziploc bags as a just like a, you know, just how you can buy a Ziploc with a Ziploc brand, or you can go to the Dollar General and buy Ziploc minded, give Ziploc like bags, but they're clearly not Ziploc. They don't claim to be Ziploc. But they're the same type of thing. That's what I'm talking about. And because the whole video mainly was about craft supplies, that there are knockoffs of craft supplies like dies and stamps and stencils and those kind of things. There are lots of knockoff brands, but as long as the knockoff brand doesn't claim to be the national brand, I don't see any problem in buying that knockoff, because you might see a pair of beautiful pinking shears that are a very high dollar name brand of pinking shears, and they cost $150. Well, if you got $150, go ahead and buy them. But then you can buy pinking shears that are the store brand or a no brand. You know, a lot of things are no brand. And if you can get them for $2.50, go ahead and buy them ones for $2.50. You're not taking anything away from, you know, I'm talking about the ones that are unbranded or branded under another name, but not stealing the artist's name. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of clear that up, because I just was worried that some people would get me wrong and think that copycats are okay, but they're only but they're not. They are not okay if you are copying every bit. You copy the whole thing, even the wrapper and the name and whatever. Those are the people that are bad children. Bad children. But anyway, let's get back with this. And kind of this here store that I am helping out by showing this. It's called easycraftart.com. That store, when I got these dies, they're in a plastic bag. They are not name brand. There is no name brand on these. Now, maybe there's another name brand that makes a similar die to this. And maybe you only want to buy one if it's a name brand and you don't want a unbranded one. Well, then that's totally up to you. But this particular store that I said that I would do this video for is, as far as I know, they are a store that has crafting supplies. They've got a lot of things in there. And they might have some name brand things in there. I don't know. But because I don't know a lot about it. This came with no name brand. No name. So it's a no name brand. And so, but some of us who are next door to poverty, we want to do our crafting, so we buy what we can afford. So anyway, that's all. But anyhow, see how this grass is turning out now? It looks like grass. It looks like grass and it looks like a field. And I am really, really, really liking this. And so, and I want to continue working this one until I get, my field all done. And I want it to, I want this green part to go up some. Because I got this going this way, this going this way, this going this way. And I don't want this going this way. I want this going up here. So I'm going to pause the videos. Hopefully I don't lose it while it's paused. And I'm going to continue putting more of these stitches. And I'll be... them scissors right there. How come I didn't see them a second ago? Okay, I'm going to put this on pause and I'm going to work a little bit and then come back to you. So look, I'm still going on, and look how that green looks. I'm loving the way this is looking. I love the way these stitches are looking compared to the way these stitches are looking. I just love it. I think that is awesome. And I'm thinking, now see, if I had some, like maybe a different color green, I think I would go right along this line and maybe put some darker green and build that right in there. I think that would look awesome too. And so, who knows, I might order me some different colors of this because I so love it. I just really love it. And so, but I kind of like how that comes on, but I left it looking, I could still see, I could still add more. And I have, as I've went along, I've learned that you know, crossing them over, blending them with the last color, crossing them over, really, really adds and makes for, I want to use up this thread that I've got on, or rope that I've got on the needle. I don't want to cut it off until I've used it all up. But, gosh, I just think this is great. This is, I love it. I just think it looks good. It feels good, and it's different. I love different things, and you know, and somebody might already do this kind of stuff. I don't know. It's just new to me. It's just new to me. And so, I was watching this dude while I was on pause here. I just learned. My daughter was had her phone radio. You know, she listened to music on her phone when she was over here the other day. I said, "Who is that you're listening to?" She said, "That's Jelly Roll." I said, "Well, I've never heard about Jelly Roll." And but the song was like giving me goosebumps. It was so amazing. And so then she says, "Look, it's like a video song, you know." And so I looked in, and this dude Jelly Roll, he's about big as the side of a barn, and he's big boy. He's a big boy, and and apparently he's got a life. I mean, he's got a life story to tell. But he's come out on top. I mean, he's been in prison or jail or locked up for some odd reason, and he's got these tattoos and stuff. And he does rapping as well. He does all kind of music, but he does like rapping, which I have always loved the beat of a rap song. There was one time years and years ago, I was here and I was doing housework, and I was just going like a house fire, just doing my housework. And my son comes over. He goes, "What in the world are you listening to, Mom?" And I said, "I'm just listening to music." But you know, it was rap music, but it was giving me such energy. He goes, "Do you hear the words?" And I go, "Not really," because I wasn't hearing the words. And then I started listening to the words. I go, "Oh my gosh, is he saying what I think he's saying?" And my son says, "Yes, he is saying what you think he's saying. You don't need to be listening to that." But and so well, I did. Then I did turn it off, and I said, "Well, I guess I better not listen to that no more." And but then I have found after that there is some rappers, they call them, that actually do have messages in their songs. And oh my gosh, this guy Jelly Roll, he's got messages like you wouldn't believe in them songs. And oh my word. And he still ain't no perfect angel either. And he's not no perfect angel. And he's still the party animal or whatever. He admits every bit of his wrongdoings and but oh my gosh. I mean, he's not a person who's going to end up in prison again. He's got out of that. But oh my gosh, some of his music is just absolutely. Look at that. Is that pretty or what? Is that pretty or what? And so yeah, that's what I was listening to. Oh, Jelly Roll. He's got one, "Son of a Sinner," that he sings. Oh my God, "Son of a Sinner." He's got a voice. When you look at him, you would never know that that voice can come out of that body. My goodness. And so I've been listening to him a lot these last few days since I learned who he is. And when you see his wife, you'd think, "Oh my gosh, they don't match." Oh, but apparently she is just as amazing as he. So anyway, yeah, that was just a little extra. That was just a little extra information that you didn't ask for. But anyhow, there. Now I see I've used up this green that I have on the needle. I've been just cutting it off back here, and I can glue this. I've decided I can glue this raffia back into the back. Maybe when maybe I could use, I don't know, something just to paint the whole back to hold it all together, because it's basically like paper. But I'm hearing thunder again. But look at this. And then my next thought is to take a well, I am going to put my tree. So my tree is going to be just branches of a tree. That's definitely going to go on here. But I wanted to just, let's see if I can just reach back here and get a little piece of yarn out of my yarn thingy majig. It's kind of bright. I want something bright and beautiful. Okay, here, this will work. Um, I'm just going to take a little piece of yarn and I'm going to cut that. And that's always good when you have, if I was too organized, I'd have to go and find where I have all my yarn and get what I need, and I'd have to get up and stuff, and that's too much work. And so I have stuff all the way around me here. I just twist around in my twisty chair and get what I need that easily. Okay, let's see. Darn it, this is kind of hard to without a needle threader. No, I still didn't get it. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Have you heard of it? I hear of people talking to themselves. Have you ever heard of anybody arguing with themselves? That would be me. Okay, I got that put through there. Now, what I want to do is now, if I were to just go in here in a spot here or there, yeah. Let me see. Let me tie a little knot there. If I just was to go like here or there and make a, what do you call them things? French knot, but I'll make like a 3-wrapper. 3 wrappers, you know, I'm making wrapping knots. 3-wrap French knot. Put that in there. And just put a few of them here and there. 1, 2, 3. Make me a 3-wrapper French knot. And look at how that looks like little blooms in the grass. Is that pretty or what? See? And that's just using some yarn. So, and I like the idea of having different textures, different textures, different fibers, different fibers together, and when they come all together, then you have a more interesting finished project, I think, in my own humble opinion. Let's see. And then let's go with one more over here. Probably getting too many in there. But then, so there's just a few little flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I gotta put one more because I always do an odd number. For some reason, I feel like that's a law. I'm going to use an odd number. Okay. Unless you're doing 11d7, then it doesn't matter if you got an odd number because nobody's going to be counting them. Okay, there. Now, so there I got those few little flowers in there. And then, like here down my river, look at this here. This is a yarn ball I have that I'm using on my rug right now. But you don't see. But this is a variety of, it's a variegated blue. Now, so now I wonder what will happen if, you know, that's what you do, is you always say, I wonder what will happen if, and then you do whatever if you're thinking. And them ifs can get you a long direction. See, and if you're like me and you just do not do well with following directions, then you go if away. Now, so I'm going to take some of this blue. Okay, that part of the blue is pretty much the same color blue, but it's a different texture. So let me just run, and what I'm doing is like when you're embroidering and you're doing a seed stitch, I'm just putting seed stitches all in here, and it's kind of going over already the raffia that's there, and so you're getting a a a assortment of textures in it. I probably should have started with the darker, but because this light blue is almost the same as the color of the raffia, so you can't hardly see it, but you can feel it. You can feel that it's different. I mean, in real life, you can see that there's little pieces in there that are different. Let's see, now it's getting closer to the darker part of the blue in the yarn. So, and there's no no plan or no pattern. You just kind of, I'm just kind of going in there with like I say, like almost like a seed stitch, which I like a seed stitch because hey, that's like a nothing stitch. You know, you just it doesn't have you don't have to have a college degree. You don't have to have a master's. Nothing. You don't have to have nothing. You just need to have yarn and a scrap piece of burlap. I like using this burlap for things because you can get threads through it so easily. And now see, now that almost looks like there's little fishes swimming in the creek. Little bitty fishes swimming in the creek. And so I think it's just beyond beautiful. And there's no rhyme or reason for any of it. It's just there to be pretty. And it's there to make you happy. And it's there to just do whatever it wants to do. And there, I just put that all along the river. And it gives it a little bit more something. And then if I had some green, like what do you call it, the green what do you call it, that yarn that's got the frillies on it, eyelash trim, and went in through here with a little bit of green eyelash trim, just and keep it going up and down. Wouldn't that be pretty? And if I were to do that, like every place where I put the French knot there, go underneath it with just like a couple of little leaves of just a little bit different green, that would be pretty too. This top part now, that's all going to be sky. And so that's going to be covered up with blue. But I'm not going to use this blue. I'm going to use yarn. And I'm not going to use that blue. I'm going to find a different yarn and I'm going to do that. And I might not do that today. You might not get an update of this for another month. That's the way I work. But I love this stuff. I love this stuff. And so now that I know where I can get it, I'm depending on whether or not I continue on. But right now I feel like I really like this. And I'm thinking too, if you did a small enough piece that would, I mean, this size piece right here would fit on the front of a journal. And that would be so pretty. You could even write a word up in here. But if you made like just a small piece, that would fit on a greeting card. You know, just use a small piece, make it this big, fits on the front of a greeting card. You could put that on a greeting card. People would never throw that greeting card away. They'd keep that forever and a day when you sent that to them. But anyhow, I do love this. You know what else I've got? Oh, I just thought of it. I've got some shells. They're beads, but they're little shells. If I put a couple of those shells right here and right down here in the sand, a couple of little seashells, wouldn't that be pretty too? Maybe down here because the tree is going to go here. Definitely going to have the tree. And I'll show you once I get that tree. But I got to get the sky in before I can do the tree. But I think those little seashells, putting them in there, or little white pearl beads in here, just a little grouping of those kind of things. I think that would be pretty. And so, but I like this, and it's raffia rope. That's what it is, or raffia. I don't know. I might be saying it wrong, but I like it. I like it a lot. And working on burlap is amazing because in this burlap with the finished edges, so these edges aren't going to fray. That's nice. Now some burlaps, like this burlap, somebody sent me this, bless their hearts, and this isn't finished on any edge. So now if I was to do something in that pretty with that sparkle in it, I would sew around. I would cut my piece as big as I wanted. I would stitch around, and then I would fray it to the stitches up to where and then it would stop fraying after the stitches, and that's what I would do to her. But that's pretty red. I might want to do something with that red too, because that's pretty. And so and I got plenty of this. I got like lots of this kind of stuff. And so I think it's just great. And I love finding new things. I don't know what it is, if I get bored or what it is, if I get boredom, something. But I can't stay working on one thing. Like on my table, like I got my rug here, I got my diamond dots over there. This is part of my rug thing, and then I've got this here. It's my strip quilt is here. My slow stitching is there. Everything is right here. My coloring books are behind me. Everything. I got just everything. I got this very, very short attention span. But I think it's good. I think it's good. It keeps me busy and out of trouble. If I didn't have that short attention span, I'd probably be in prison. Well, I don't think I'd be in prison, but you know what I'm saying. No, you don't know what I'm saying. I don't even know what I'm saying. So, what did I do with my beautiful cards? I wanted to. Wait a minute. Just hang on a minute. Just where they are. Right there they are, right next to the snake. But I want to read us another card from Spirit. I don't get tired of reading these cards because it seems like every day, every time I read one of these cards from Spirit, it's a message. It's always a my glasses are a message too, but oh, there they are, right there next to the other snake. Okay, now let's see what this one has to say. Dearest you, on Earth, humans learn about life by telling stories and creating new ones based on shared experiences. That's true. Eventually, after repeating one often enough, it becomes your main story that you use to define yourself and the world. So, to get the answers you seek, you must get vulnerable and hear your story when you tell it. Ask, why do you tell it? Is it really true? What else can be true? Can you see the truth that Spirit is in all things? Do you see how other stories overlap and intertwine? Spirit loves stories, for they are like blueprints for co-creation. So tell the one we know to be true about you, a story of courage, gratitude, and honesty. Tell an empowered story about well-being, wisdom, and grace. You will experience your world according to the story you tell about it. So make sure they're stories you're proud of. Genuine, loving fan club. I love this. You know what I want to do? I don't know. I'm 73 years old and a half. I would love to be a speaker. I would love to be somebody that could get up there and tell people real life stories and what I have learned from them. I have another YouTube channel that I don't never go on, but it's still in the same name. I don't even know how I got that second one. It's just because I pushed the wrong button somewhere. And I've thought about getting on there, and because I could read one of these cards and then I could talk about it for an hour. I have stories of my life. I have so much to tell. I'm almost thinking I want to do that. And I might, over on my other channel, I might just start. I don't know. Or maybe I wonder if I did a Patreon. And on my Patreon, that's all I did. I don't know. And I could make $2 every time I told a story. Well, because I've got true stories. There's a lot of true stories that got me to where I am today, and got Papa right there behind me, where he is today. A lot of true stories. And you know they say the older you get, the more wisdom you have. You get that by going to the School of Hard Knocks. Okay, that's it. I'm going to stop now while I'm ahead, and this. Now, if you've got anything, a piece of fabric, yarn, thread, you can do it. You don't have to have this, but I love this stuff. I love it already. You don't have to have this, and you don't have to have any skill. You just need to have a little bit of an imagination, and you can do this because you can sew anything onto anything. You just need a needle to pull them threads through, the fibers through, whatever. I was watching Stacy last night on a, was it last night? On a, she was doing a sale and she had this, this pile of yarn, and she just kept putting the yarn and putting the yarn and putting the yarn. I don't need yarn, but I bid on it anyway because it was so different. The yarns were so different, and the textures were so different. And well, I didn't win it, but somebody else did win it, and they said send it to Lizzie. I swear I'm about the most spoiled person on the face of this planet, and I used to think I don't deserve it, but now I decided I'll accept it. That's that acceptance part. But and that's what I do mostly with the fancy yarn is I do this kind of stuff. This kind, I got stuff all over this house that are some of half done projects or whatever, but it's okay if I never get them done because it's the journey. It's the journey, not the destination. Okay, I'm going to let it go at that. Okay, I read my thing. I ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make. Keep you safe and keep you happy and keep you healthy. Keep you humble. And, of course, keep you in ice cream. All right, love you all so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for everything you do. I don't beg for thumbs up or nothing because I don't understand all that stuff. But just watching and leaving me a comment is like, oh, every comment I get's like a love letter. Okay, thank you so much and God bless.